Mr. Speaker, sir, I write to give a notice of motion on provision of IFMIS reports for county governments to the Senate. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that aware that Article 96 of the Constitution provides that the Senate represents the counties and serves to protect their interests, determines the allocation of natural revenue among counties as provided in Article 217, and exercises oversight over national revenue allocated to the county governments. Further aware that in the case of the Senate, the Council of Governors, and 6 others, petition number 24 and 27 of 20 consolidated 2022 KEC number 57 KELR, the Supreme Court affirmed that the Senate's oversight authority extends to both nationally allocated and locally generated revenue. Concerned that senators are constrained by lack of access to real-time data from the IFMIS system for the respective counties, for the respective counties they represent, thus affecting effective oversight of county governments. Further concerned that, in some instances, data and information presented to the Senate by the Auditor General and the control of budget are received and considered late as a result of the backlog, resulting into too much information not getting properly reviewed by the senators. Noting that as a result of the unchecked financial information and systems, county governments have continued to accumulate pending bills resulting from unplanned expenditures, unaccounted for and inflated cost of projects. Now, therefore, the Senate resolves that the Cabinet Secretary in charge of the National Treasury shall on a monthly basis forward to the Clerk of the Senate all IFMIS transactions and reports for each county government for onward transmission to the respective senator for information on accountability and transparency in order to strengthen their constitutional oversight and promote good governance in the management of public finances. Presented by Senator Andrew Omtatah, Koiti MP. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Okiya Omtatah. Honorable Senators, we go back now to order number 7, questions and statements. We start with the statements and standing under 53.1. Senator Sifuna is not allowed. That statement is deferred. Senator John Kenywa.
Request for a statement on the deaths of Julia Njoki and Thomas Gashwara during and after Sabasaba demonstration in Nanyuki, Laikipia County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I raise person to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations on a matter of national concern regarding the deaths of Mr. Thomas Gashwara and Ms. Julia Njoki during and after the Sabasaba demonstrations on 7th July 2025 in Nanyuki, Laikipia County. Mr. Speaker, sir, Julia Njoki, a 24-year-old, was arrested during the Sabasaba demonstrations in Nanyuki on 7th July 2025. After being charged in court the following day, she was granted a cash bail of Kenya shilling 25,000, which she couldn't afford, leading to her remand in Nanyuki prisons. On 9th July, her family was informed that she had collapsed in custody and was taken to Nanyuki Teaching and Referral Hospital with severe injuries. She later died, with preliminary medical reports pointing to blunt force trauma, raising serious concern about her treatment while in state custody. Mr. Speaker, sir, further, Intensifying public concern was fatal shooting by the police of Thomas Gashwara, a Form 3 student, also in Nanyuki on the same day of the protests. These incidents highlighted a worrying trend of the use of excessive force by law enforcement agencies during demonstrations and exposed critical failures in protecting detainees' rights and ensuring police accountability. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, an account by the Inspector General of Police and the Commissioner General of Prisons on the circumstances surrounding the arrest, detention, and death of Ms. Julia Njoki, as well as the fatal shooting of Mr. Thomas Gashwara, including the operational decisions taken during the Sabasaba protests and the disciplinary measures taken against the officers involved. 2, the extent of violation of rights of demonstrators generally as well as persons arrested and or detained during the protests, and the rigor or disciplinary action taken against the culpable police officers. 3, whether the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, has initiated investigation into police operations during the Sabasaba protests, specifically the killing of innocent Kenyans and the use of brutal force against unarmed protesters, to ensure that those responsible are held accountable. 4, recommendation for reforms to ensure transparency, accountability, and respect of human rights in crowd control and detention procedures, including whether enforcement officers receive sufficient training on lawful conduct and ethical standards in line with their duties, and the system in place to hold them accountable for misconduct. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Abbas, Sheikh Mohammed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on a matter of county-wide concerns regarding the utilization of climate financing and development grants by Wajir County in the energy, environment, and natural resource sector during the financial year of 2023-24, 24-25. Honorable Speaker, it is noteworthy that Wajir County receives substantial climate-related funds, including an allocation from the Climate Change Adaptation Fund, which constitutes 2% of the county annual development budget. In addition, the county benefits from the external grants, notably the financing locally led climate action program, that is what FLOCA. Despite the presence of these resources, questions abound regarding the transparency, equity, and effectiveness of the implementation of the ward at the ward levels. In light of this, I request that the committee address the following. 1, utilization of the capital grants and transfers by Wajir County, including source of funding, total amount received, funded projects,